Hi, everyone. Let's talk about happiness. This is a theme that I do like. I even published a book on it. And so, what can we say about happiness? Well, first of all, it's important to understand how it works. And for this, I think it's rather important that we try to have the advice, or at least to learn from the top experts in happiness. Where do we find them? Happy children. Children, typically healthy children, are usually quite happy. They show happiness. They display happiness in their behavior, in their expression, in how they move, even in their voice tones. And so, what might be the thing that makes them happy? I would say it's typically the fact that they are growing, they are expanding, they are learning, they have this inner force that makes them move on, learn, explore. So typically, they are very open. They absorb lots of information. They are full of vitality. They are curious. They don't worry about the future so much. They don't worry about the past so much. They're a lot in the present, in a creative present, full of curiosity. They are expanding. And this characteristic is something that we no longer find when we search for unhappy children. Typically, unhappy children become afraid. They become afraid of evaluation from adults. They no longer are that spontaneous. They worry about their own expression. They're afraid of being misjudged, of being punished, evaluated. So they refrain, they stop, they wait for adults to tell them what they should do, what is permitted. They refrain. Later on, they might be the kind of adults that try to just conform to society, that try to wait to know where other people are going, what seems to be safe, instead of exploring, expanding, being curious, living in the present. They worry about consequences. So from this, we learn a lot already. Now let's also think about another area for possible happiness. I tell people many times that monkeys cannot be happy as seals, that a lion cannot be happy as a penguin, a donkey cannot be happy as a tiger, and so on. What do I mean by this? That animals cannot be happy by distorting themselves, trying to be something they are not, to conform, to please other animals, to adjust, and so on. The only way for a monkey to be happy is to be the monkey he is, and to be it the best way he can be. Children do this spontaneously. And monkeys, eventually, if they become the best monkeys they can be, they sort of express their natural monkeyness in a nice way, they might be happy. Because they are growing, exploring, they are being the way they are meant to be. And this is also, for me, quite an important lesson for humans. To be happy, we must be the people we are as individuals. We must express our uniqueness. We know we should avoid trying to conform, to distort, to adjust to other people's expectations, to what we think might be right, to just find our own way. As we find our own way, we find our best contribution, our best strength, and then it's a lot easier for us to find a way to be useful, to display our own portion in society. It's a good way for us to feel happy and useful, but not by restraining so much, not by trying to be someone else, but by being ourselves with our best qualities, expanding, growing from within with them, then meeting other people, meeting society, contributing without this feeling of fear, restriction, distortion, swallowing sometimes a lot of toads, trying to please other people. This is, to me, a very fundamental lesson about happiness. For us to be happy, there is no other way but to be ourselves, to our deeper depth of soul, indeed, and from there, meeting others, then sort of adjusting, then becoming part of society, playing our role in a happy way, keeping our spontaneity, our curiosity, keeping our vitality, keeping our growth. Then we are no longer just growing physically, but we are growing emotionally, intellectually, socially. We are growing spiritually. We are expanding our consciousness. And then, of course, we are happier in a natural way, even when we face adverse conditions, when we face pain, we can still find inner joy because our soul is still learning, expanding, finding meaning, and so on. And this is the idea for today. And as usual, if you like this, share, subscribe to the channel, comment. See you.